인사드리겠습니다. 둘, 셋, 파! 안녕하세요, 방탄소년단입니다.
I know ARMYs have not completely moved on from the permission to dance on stage online concert, but honestly, I don't blame since the boys literally delivered the hottest concert this year, and nothing is going to change my mind. Especially when JUNGKOOK served us with his visuals all throughout the concert. The Golden Maknae made headlines after he rocked his new hair color and unapologetically wore his piercings for everyone to see. And of course, ARMYs were simping for his new look. However, it seems like there are fans that weren't very happy since rumor has it that there are actually ARMYs who were slowly but surely unstanning BTS because of the new JK as they call it. Even worse, some even send the Maknae death threats, which is just crazy. In case you were wondering why ARMYs are literally abandoning the fandom, then keep watching and let's get to the bottom of this issue. Let's get started. I think it's better if we go back to the very start of this fiasco. Okay, so ARMY's first ever sighting of JUNGKOOK's piercing was when the boys released the teaser images for their mega hit song Butter. Of course, the internet went wild, like literally everyone was talking about it since there was no confirmation whether it was true or just part of the overall styling. Fans did what they are good at, looking for information to help them cope up with the possibility that the Maknae indeed pierced his eyebrows. At the get-go, fans had a pretty mixed reaction about this. There were a lot who were shocked but still excited about it, while there are some who, let's say, not very enthusiastic about it. It's actually the same story when JUNGKOOK first revealed his tattoo sleeves, because let's be honest, there are still people in the fandom who are close-minded about this matter and can't accept the fact that the Maknae is growing up and discovering his true identity in the process. Things got pretty crazy when Butter MV was released, because aside from the fact that the music video made another record for racking up millions and millions of views, JUNGKOOK is once again seen rocking his mysteriously yet hot-looking eyebrow piercing. However, the uproar basically died down when the Maknae confirmed that the piercing is fake during the V-Live the group held after the song was released. He even took off the little gems to prove that it was indeed stuck on his eyebrows temporarily. And while ARMYs thought that the case is finally closed, little did they know this was only the calm before the storm. Because when ARMYs were slowly accepting the fact that JUNGKOOK's eyebrow piercing will never come back, the once again Maknae wore the accessory during the press conference for Butter, and fans were on the edge of their seats. The piercing is real even began trending on Twitter as fans struggled to cope. Fans were going around Twitter trying to make sense out of everything. Eventually, everything was confirmed by Louis Vuitton. Yep, that Louis Vuitton. Well, not directly though, since it was actually because of the video they released that fans were able to conclude that the Maknae did get a new piercing. I mean, after a lot of zooming in. After JUNGKOOK confirmed it himself, this is when ARMY's reaction came flooding in, and sadly, not everyone was pleased about it. A fan even posted saying, "It's not my taste, I'm more into the clean-cut look." While another echoed her thoughts by saying, "My personal opinion, I don't like it. I was barely tolerating all the tattoos and eyebrow piercing he got lately." Okay, well, it's true that these people don't represent the whole fandom. The fact still stands that there are ARMYs who don't like what they are seeing. The backlash doubled when JUNGKOOK revealed his lip piercing, since this time the reactions weren't limited to ARMYs alone, because Knets decided it's about time they entered the picture. JUNGKOOK first wore his lip piercing during the Fact Music Awards, and the way it trended throughout Twitter means the reaction was insane. While most favored it, there are some who considered it another reason who dropped the group. A fan even posted that she didn't mind the eyebrow piercing the Maknae got before because he pulled it off pretty well, but she was a completely different opinion about the lip piercing. She said, quote, "But this time he got another piercing and I don't think he pulls it off well." Now, before any ARMY gets mad at me, you for this, please reread the question. It asks what I think of Jungkook's lip piercing. If you like it, then that's great, but it's just not my taste, end quote. While another fan commented that the placement of the piercing is affecting his overall appearance, which they don't like. Quote, in terms of appearance, I don't think it suits him that well. I think the eyebrow piercing suits him much better, but the lip piercing just becomes overkill. In my opinion, it just doesn't look good, end quote. Of course, K-Nets didn't make the situation any better. In the Korean blog The Cool, netizens shared that they thought about Jungkook's sudden shift of image. One netizen commented saying, quote, looks like BTS controversies are all about Jungkook. Personally, I don't like his eyebrow piercing and lip piercing. While another said, you have a pretty face, please don't do it on your face. Some audience even think the Maknae is addicted to getting tattoos and piercings, which they hope isn't the case because they would rather see him stop adding more in the future. Some armies came up with their own theory. One of the most intriguing is that the Maknae is actually trying to get away from the cute bunny boy image fans associate with him. This fan even called it an indirect act of rebellion, saying, yes, it looks cool and all, but don't you think it may be an act of rebellion, like indirectly? What if he secretly hates being called baby cuckoo, baby bunny, etc. and pierced here and there so people will treat him like an adult? This is just what I think though. This can be related to the statement he made last year when he said that this 2021, he wanted to become a better version of himself. Specifically, he mentioned that this year he wants to be his true self. That is why fans think that this new JK is actually the real JK, and honestly, I don't see why they are hating it because we all know how the Maknae is very vocal about his struggles with self-love and finding his true identity. And now when he is finally taking steps towards that goal, armies are the ones who started hating him, which is both ironic and very saddening. What makes things worse is that there are fans who wanted JK out of the group, saying that he's a bad influence to the other members and that he will most likely be the reason for them getting tattoos and whatnot. Come on, people. Do you really think the other members would be that simple-minded? They are all adults who can decide for themselves, so when another BTS member is seen sporting a tattoo or piercing, he probably made the decision himself. Luckily, true armies remained very supportive in JK, and most of them were even happy that the Maknae is finally getting comfortable with his tattoos and piercing, and had been showing them off in their recent schedules, which he should be doing since the very beginning. Because let's be honest, there's nothing wrong with experimenting with yourself, since we are all entitled to discover our true nature one way or another. And if Jungkook decided that he would do just that right now, I think fans should offer support rather than criticism, right? Anyway, people will have different opinions about this kind of matter, and at the end of the day, as long as the boys are happy and are doing the things they like without hurting other people, then I think they can go their merry way and have fun. How about you? Do you like Jungkook's new piercing? Let us know in the comments below. Also, make sure to give this video a like and stay tuned for more. See you next time.